Chapter 35, Donkey Kong. With guns pointed at his head, Hawk placed his laptop on the conference table. The commander's phone rang. It was Governor Booker. Booker told the Major General that California had seceded from the church, and Hawk was now a citizen and Secretary of Defense of the sovereign nation of the Democratic Socialist Republic of California. As such, Hawk wasn't subject to UCC authority.
And who are you?
The commander demanded.
Their king?
The Major General promptly ordered her police to proceed. Wait! Booker warned as Hawk typed on his keyboard. Hawk directed the room's attention to a wall monitor, where a live aerial view of warships at sea appeared. You're watching live streaming from a drone flying over Carrier Strike Group 5, streaming out of Tokyo Bay. The Strike Group's flagship is the Nimitz-class aircraft carrier UCCS Ronald Reagan, which also embarked Carrier Air Wing 5 and its 9 squadrons. CSG-5 also included 3 Ticonderoga-class cruisers and Destroyer Squadron 15, which was responsible for 7 assigned Arleigh Burke-class destroyers. As the only continuously forward-deployed carrier strike group in the Navy, the staff maintained responsibilities over all carrier strike groups, cruisers, destroyers, and frigates operating in the 7th Fleet area. Hawk adjusted the pointer on the monitor screen. This drone lifted off the deck of the Reagan. Stay tuned, he said as he tapped a command on the computer. Pay close attention to the port side aft. The camera zoomed in tight on the carrier as a puff of white smoke suddenly appeared at the ship's stern a few feet beneath the flight deck, scattering debris into the ocean. The damage was insignificant, but the fact that it happened at all stunned the room. But when Hawk recited, "From sabers to satellites," Major General Barnett noticeably winced. Hawk was quoting the fort's motto. He was letting the commander know that he had access to the base satellite systems. We're everywhere. Nodding to the MPs, he ordered the Major General to tell these men I'm in command now. The general remained silent as Hawk continued. Any moment now, you'll be hearing from the president. You'll need to brief him on the fort's, my, capabilities. He should know I can sink any ship at any time, whether on or under the sea. I can destroy any nuclear-powered and/or armed vessel at will. I can disable power grids, water supplies, telecommunications anywhere on land or in space, and we're just getting started. The Major General's phone rang. It was Everhart. She put him on the monitor. The president of the United Congregations of Christland was livid.
Lazarus! As your commander-in-chief, I order you to stand down!
For a moment, Hawk didn't say anything. Then he stood up. I'm afraid you're misinformed, Mr. President. I don't take orders anymore. I give them. 20 minutes ago, 300 men emerged from the San Padre National Forest and descended on Vandenberg. Insurgents inside the base threw open the gates and welcomed the men. Every UCC institution across the board is compromised. Every branch, every department. You have planes in the air, ships at sea, troops in the field, and you have no idea who is friend or foe. Hawk cut an eye at the Major General. Command never saw it coming.
It's only one base.
Hawk sat back down. No, you don't understand. We not only control Vandenberg, but we have this base too. And if you'll hold on for a minute, I'll help you understand a few more things.
You're in over your head, Sambo.
You're still not understanding. But what are you going to do? Lock us all up? We control the prisons. We count over 2 million among our number, not including city jails. And let's not forget, we've been bringing arms into facilities for weeks. I got 750,000 violent offenders locked up across the entire UCC who can't wait to do their patriotic duty. The black and Mexican police people, state, federal, local. Your street cops can't trust their partners. Detectives can't trust their sergeants. Sergeants leery of lieutenants. You see where I'm going. Hawk tapped on the keyboard again and a visual of the nuclear power plant at San Onofre in Southern California popped up. The plant is part of Marine Corps base Camp Pendleton. The pixels in the monitor scrambled, and when they reassembled, Danny's image came into focus. Nice power plant you got here.
Be a shame if something happened to it. Listen up. There are worms in the operating system. When activated, they'll instruct the wet storage cooling systems to shut down. Check this out.
Danny clicked something. Seconds later, sirens went off at the reactor site. Figured you'd need proof. If the rods overheat, the radiation will blah, blah, blah. The 40,000 or so people at and around Pendleton will be the first to go. The continuing contamination will repeat blah times 10. Hawk instructed Danny to shut the worm down before readdressing Everhart. This preemptive strike is simply to ensure the safety of our citizens as we transition into our destiny. It's meant to demonstrate that the political, economic black and brownness has metastasized throughout the system. You might see it as an inoperable systemic malignancy that's impossible to root out. We're everywhere. We don't want trouble. Again, I implore you. Stand down. Everhart was under tremendous pressure. European allies, reeling from collapsing world markets coupled with domestic unrest and failing economies, were demanding Everhart back off his policies. Simultaneously, major multi- and transnational corporations were suing his government for reimbursement of executive ransoms, violations of trade agreements, loss of goods and services, and diminished market values. Every night was International Proof of Life News Hour for some abducted power broker somewhere in the world. Sabotage and piracy had interrupted sea lanes to the extent that ports worldwide were strangled with stranded cargo. Air transports were under enormous pressure as well, as most flights were grounded due to threats and the fact that insurance policies were impossible to buy. This time, it was Hawk who said,
"This is not a drill. You either black out news reports about this and we go on like it never happened, or we fight it out right now. Either way, we're done with this second-class human bullshit. We got nukes and nothing to lose."
"That's crazy. Who would know better than you?" He instantly regretted having said it. This wasn't the time to poke the bear. Kellogg interjected.
"Oh, hold on. Even if you're actually willing to blow up the world, you don't have the codes."
"Don't need them. I have enough conventional weapons to bomb the nukes in their silos. At that point, they become mega dirty bombs at minimum."
"That's suicide."
Yes, it is. But what happens if I surrender? You gonna just pat me on the head and tell me not to do it again? So, damned if I do, you know. But you gotta ask yourself, what happens in the aftermath, Benito? When satellite images suddenly showed major personnel buildup at the Arizona and California borders, Kellogg exploded.
"If those jumping beans cross over, I'm turning them into refried tamales by tomorrow morning."
No, you won't. Our Constitution grants immediate citizenship to any Hispanic who fights for the sovereignty of the Democratic Socialist Republic of California. You fire on them, it's an act of war.
"I don't give a single shit about your jungle constitution, or you either for that matter. Them bastards cross over, and I'm fucking them up."
Well, then I guess there's just going to be a whole lot of fucking up going on. Hawk looked back at the MPs still training their weapons on him, and again ordered them to stand down. "Go on, at ease." The Major General's tacit nod gave permission for them to obey. "Have a seat until you're debriefed." Hawk turned back to the President. "You wanted your white states, now you have them. You win. Leave the DSRC to our own devices and we'll leave you to yours. Either take yes for an answer, recognize our sovereignty, or call my bluff."